CrossFit Games are the ultimate test of fitness. It is a proving grounds for anybody in the world who thinks that they are one of the fittest people.
It takes a lot to get to the CrossFit Games. It takes pretty much everything you have. Every second of my day is thinking of CrossFit Games, thinking about making CrossFit Games or competing at the CrossFit Games.
I have a higher psychological tolerance to discomfort than anybody else in the field. All my weaknesses have improved a ton, and it's just inevitable.
Winning is in my nature, it's in my DNA. If I'm gonna do something, I wanna be the best.
Colten Mertens. I live in Hillsboro, Iowa. Just qualified for my 4th individual CrossFit Games, and I've also been on a team. I started CrossFit in 2017 at CrossFit Kilo. Yeah, so I live in southeast Iowa. This is where I grew up. And my family has a farm. My dad and my uncle farm corn and soybeans and raise pigs and cows. I work there during the day, and I train here at home.
So when you said let the dogs out, I thought you were gonna have like 10, like shepherd dogs or something. not 6 wiener dogs.
No, these guys don't do a whole lot of work. Home gym is attached to my house, the same square footage as my house actually. And I live and train here with my fiance Allison and our 6 miniature Dachshunds.
What are all their names?
This one's Mabel. This is Martha. That's Dobie. And then this one here is Alfie. And Millie is the short-haired brown one, running around. And Margot's the fluffy brown one. Yeah, Alfie, we're looking up names, and Alfie means wise elf. So I thought that'd be a good name for that one guy.
Get in there. Small bud. He might not love being on camera, but here he is.
How are you?
Doing great so far.
We're gonna make coffee, get a little breakfast in. Then we do oatmeal, eggs, and a bagel. So we'll get the day started. My name is Austin Hatfield. I'm from Beckley, West Virginia. I train at CrossFit Coal, and I am a 2-time Games athlete.
He's doing pretty good at it. He's dedicated. He won't let me come watch him practice.
That's not true.
I kind of wonder about him sometimes, but he's all right.
It's a good little gym. It's most of the time from right around 10, 11 to about 4 o'clock, it's empty. So I just kind of get to do whatever I want. So it's nice. It's a perfect little training ground. So, I mean, the community and the environment at CrossFit Coal is very family-based. You can feel that when you walk in. See this right here, people? This is probably because of me. This is probably because of me. Chick-fil-A.
I got a biscuit in the car.
And that. It's just super good environment. Especially, they're very supportive of my CrossFit career. They want to see me succeed. They like that I'm from Beckley. They like that I'm having success in the CrossFit career. And they want to see me win the CrossFit Games, which I do too. So hopefully one day we make that happen for the hometown of Beckley, West Virginia, and CrossFit Coal.
He's the real deal. It's nice to have him here in the gym. It's been real enjoyable. It's kind of brought the up-tempo up at the gym here lately, so it's been good to have him around. You can't let him get too big of a head. We always got to pop it a little bit.
They wanted me to squat with him. I was like, I already squatted this morning. He said he didn't want to outlift me, so I'll let him. I'll let it slide. I mean, it's just what I've always been used to. So I mean, without it, I'd feel like I wouldn't like it. It'd be different. I always like being tight with everybody, being friends with everybody. But also in the end, like we give each other so much crap. It keeps you humble, so it's nice. They don't ever let up on anybody, no matter who you are. Like you said, you gotta have thick skin to walk around here.
My house is on the other side of that wall. This is a 64 by 40 foot rectangle with a wall down the middle, and one half is got 2 bedrooms and a bath, and the other is the gym.
So your house and your gym are the same size?
Yeah. So I won the 2025 CrossFit Games Open. I set the record for the lowest points total for the men's division with 4 points at 2 event wins out of the 3 events. The third event, I remember it came out and people were saying, this is the event that's gonna get Colten. This is gonna be the one that takes him out. I had 100 calories of rowing, and the whole narrative going into it was, Colten can't keep up on the rower, this is a rowing workout. And then I got second worldwide in that, and then everybody changed their minds, oh, it's not a rowing workout anymore, the rowing didn't matter. And that's kind of a theme that persists throughout my career, and I think some of these bigger athletes are just not comfortable with a smaller athlete beating them all the time. Maybe to protect their egos, they have to come up with excuses why, before the event they think it's a big guy workout, and then after I beat them, it must be a little guy workout. It can't be that I just gotten fitter than them.
The dogs are barking?
Yeah, had absolutely nothing. And now they're done. They're like, wait, what were we barking at? They go, yeah, there's nothing there. My first workout of the day was Friendly Fran, 3 rounds of 21 thrusters at 115 pounds and 21 chest bar pull-ups. Obviously a version of maybe the most famous CrossFit benchmark, Fran. And it was done at the 2020 online CrossFit Games. And it's what the workout is really known for, is just how much faster Matt Fraser went than everybody else on that. He did it in 3 minutes and 8 seconds, and second place was Noah Olson at like 3 minutes and 55 seconds. So for Matt to beat everybody in the field by 47 seconds on a workout that is under 4 minutes, that might be one of the most dominant performances that has ever happened in the sport.
So what are you doing right now?
I'm gonna go to the 2020 CrossFit Games leaderboard and see what their scores were for Friendly Fan.
And what did you just get?
I think I got 305. Fraser's 308. Olson was 355. So Matt beat Noah about 47 seconds. For second place, that's insane. And I beat Matthew, freaking dork. Feels good because Matt was at his peak, the most dominant athlete ever in our sport. I think over time, over her career, Tia was more dominant. Obviously has more titles and more event wins. But I think Matt, at his peak, was further from the field than anybody has ever been. And then I beat him because he's a dork.
So where are we going now?
Heading to the farm, and then I think we gotta sweep out a green bin first thing, and then we'll go do chores with the pigs and see what else we got going on. Yeah, so I think the Mertens came here from Germany in the late 1800s, and they started farming this particular area of land in maybe 1903 or 1905. And now my dad and my uncle are farming there. My grandpa farmed before them. My brother and I will be the 5th generation to farm there.
So this sweep auger will kind of push the grain to that center hole there, and then there's an auger that runs underneath. So make sure you don't get your foot in any of these holes or by this auger. And yeah. Yep.
They grow corn and soybeans and raise pigs and cows, and my dad's got some hobby chickens now. So he's getting some eggs. So I'm not sure where he's gonna go with that, but we definitely stay busy. Lots of things to do all the time. A lot of grass to mow, a lot of projects around the house, and you know, there's endless things you can do on the farm.
Wasn't too bad. That bin's a lot easier than like the older bins at home. That sweep auger works a lot better, but that wasn't too bad. My dad's got 3 barns. They've all got pigs in them right now. One of them has got pretty young pigs. Another one we're selling out of right now, so it's only got maybe 250 pigs in it. They're about market weight. My dad and uncle right now, between the farmland that they own and rent, they cover about 2,500 acres in corn and soybeans right now. And we raise a little over 7,000 pigs a year. A few years ago, we were raising about 17 or 18,000 pigs. Just going through the pens and checking on all the pigs and making sure they got water and feed and they didn't break any gates. Making sure none of the pigs have got like their foot caught on the slat, or none of them are sick or looking injured or anything like that.
It's challenging and it's pretty, it wears you out throughout the day, but it's a lot of fun and it's pretty rewarding. You get to actually see like the animals actually grow up and get bigger, or your crops that you're planted, get to see them grow. And I think a lot of people take a lot of pride in kind of being like caretakers for their livestock or for the land. So it's hard, but it's rewarding.
Any dipping sauces for you?
You want unsweet tea, right?
No,
Okay. What, you want a sauce?
Yeah, barbecue sauce, yeah.
Barbecue is too, okay.
Yep.
He was gonna get unsweet tea, and then I made fun of him. I told him he was in the wrong place.
I got a grilled club with American cheese, large fry, large diet lemonade, and a grilled club with pepper jack cheese, large fry, and large tea.
Yep. Look at all those points.
Wait. Hold on.
Dude,
Oh my god.
that's so many Chick-fil-A
So
points.
many points.
Well, I could buy like 70 to 80 Chick-fil-A sandwiches. I would say it's a staple in my diet. I probably eat that 3 or 4 times a week. Keeps you, fueled up, keeps you healthy. But no, Chick-fil-A's bomb. I love Chick-fil-A. Bag secure. Carbs are about to go down. So one of my big hobbies is hunting. Bow hunting is the big part of it. We're gonna start out 20. I'm just gonna get some warm-up shots. So I'm make sure I shoot my bow regularly. Not necessarily every day, but multiple times a week. Make sure I'm getting those reps in. Make sure I feel confident. And it's just something that I like to do, so it's not necessarily feels like a job. First thing that touches the bow is gonna be my front hand. So I'm just gonna make sure I have good. You don't want too much grip on it. So I'll just go through my front hand. Make sure your front hand's good. Good pull through. Find that anchor point on my chin. Try to hit the same thing every time. Nose to the string. Level the bow. Keeping pressure. Pull back and fire. We'll check those out. So like when I'm shooting my bow, I'm not thinking about CrossFit at all. It's just, it's almost like meditating. It's like taking your mind off things. I would say my other hobby that a lot of people don't know about is I like to shoot pool. Shoot pool almost every night. It's been a solid routine. A lot of people might not know this, but Joe Rogan is a big pool player. So one of my dreams is, I would say it's probably to meet Joe Rogan, but also it would just be to play pool with Joe Rogan. I feel like that would be a really cool experience.
We have like 80 some holes to dig for posts to put in for a new fence for our dogs, building them a bigger pen so they can stretch their legs. So we've got a post hole digger and auger, and I got pretty much the cheapest one you could buy, which is probably a mistake because those holes are pretty hard to dig.
Yeah. Gotten, what, 15 done?
It's more than that.
16, 17, well, okay, on these ones.
So every day we're trying to get at least a few done. I think the most we got done in a day was maybe 10 or so poles in. So I mean, I think that took 3 or 4 hours of just digging to get those in. So it's a long process, but we're working through it, and hopefully sometime within the next few months we'll have the fence done, have the new pen done for the dogs. This is gonna be like a wildflower bed. If we can get anything to grow. And my long-term plan is to hopefully attract honeybees, and then I'm gonna get a hive and lure them into my hive, and then I'll get honey.
Well, what are we gonna do?
We're going to Cookville. We're gonna do a little drive. Takes about 5 hours to get there. We're gonna get out the truck, hit some more training. So I mainly train at CrossFit Coal, but I am a Mayhem athlete. So from time to time, I will drive up here to Cookville, Tennessee. I actually think 8 o'clock Central Time. We got a new Mayhem podcast to listen to. So pass the time with that. At the Buc-ee's, the greatest gas station to ever live. And you got brisket, you got fudge, you got bakery, you got homemade jerky here, you got clothes. What could you not like? Stay. This is the paddle tail. Crumbly. When I come and stay here at Mayhem, I stay with Dalton and Paige. I've known Dalton, feels like forever now, since we were babies. He grew up neighbors with my cousin. They also recently just had a baby, Oakley. She's a cute little thing. She's finally holding her head up. So she's gonna be strong, for sure.
He trapped me in the car with a fart the other day. Yes, you did. And you didn't even stay in the same car because he started the car for Oakley and I, farted in it while he started the car, and then left.
Is it diarrhea? You know diarrhea is hereditary, right?
What's that?
It runs in your genes.
We played tonight. We got 2 games tonight. We brought the pro in, professional softballer, to teach us a thing or two, because we're a bunch of baseball players trying to play softball, and we split. Like we'll usually lose the first game and win the second game once the bats wake up. So we brought in the ringer to like teach us.
That one was weird. Came off the bat weird. Messed Rich up a little bit. Just really watching Rich from a fan. I was always a fan before I was a competitor. So growing up watching Rich, yeah, an inspiration. I think I started doing CrossFit, started trying to be a competitor in CrossFit from watching Rich when I was growing up. So I feel like that he has some part of that to take account for. So don't screw up, Rich. I'm gonna try to jump in, try to get some warm-up catches in, shake the rust off a little bit, try not to embarrass myself. So I come here and train at CrossFit Mayhem regularly. It's just a super good environment. You know, you got high-level athletes walking around. You can just smell the fitness in the air. Rich has helped me on a couple things, which is super helpful. I don't know if I'm gonna listen to him. I don't really know if he knows what he's talking about, but I'll consider it. Just super good environment up here at Cookville and CrossFit Mayhem.
Yeah, so this morning, Allie and I went to CrossFit Teo for Mallory's birthday workout. She's one of the owners of CrossFit Teo, along with Raul. It's a 3-person team workout. It's a bunch of echo bike, and I think while one person bikes, one person holds the barbell, and then we go into dumbbell bench and sandbags over the box.
These are the members that get a coach every day, but it's Mal's birthday, so we're doing her birthday workout. She's 37 today.
So Colten, I've known Colten since he was in elementary school, probably kindergarten. I was in high school when he was in kindergarten. And so it's been cool to see him as a child and then grow up. And he's really opened up. He says he has no friends, but we like to consider him one of our close friends. But he's hilarious, so fun to have him. I mean, when he's here, he's one of our friends. And it's funny when people come in and they're just starstruck by him. But yeah, he's awesome.
My background, I wrestled and played football in high school, mostly wrestling. I never missed weight ever in high school. I was very disciplined, and then after I got done with that season, I was like, I can probably do anything, that I set my mind to it. My senior year, I was undefeated going into the state championships and then lost in the finals, so I got second. Disappointed that I didn't win. I was the only one of my siblings not to win a state title in their sport. But, it's kind of cliche, but like the lessons you learn from, especially wrestling in particular, I think are pretty valuable for later in life, and especially CrossFit.
Just coming away from the weekend training to compete, so that was what I did that weekend. Ended up finishing 10th. I wasn't necessarily happy, wasn't necessarily fulfilled. It was just, I was just the guy who got 10th place. If you're not first, you're last. And I'll take that to heart a little bit. And I feel like when I go in, train every single day, put everything I have into it, and don't come away winning, even though you are a rookie, even though you aren't expected to win, I feel like I put that on myself. That's an expectation I have for myself, is to win. And I'm not going to settle for third or second.
Ever since I started CrossFit, I have wanted to win the games, and that goal has never wavered. It's always been my motivation every day when I'm training, visualizing myself at the games, thinking about the workouts I'm doing as games events, trying to think about how good do I need to be at this movement to beat the guys at the games. I don't want to tell you who does a good job or who plays it, because I don't want them to know what I know. But I want to win, I want to be the best, and I want there to be no doubt about it.
Winning is in my nature, it's in my DNA. It's just something I've grown up wanting to do all my life, like losing sporting events, losing a soccer, or losing a football game or something like that. It's a sucky feeling. Being the fittest man on earth has a nice ring to it, and it's just something that gives me purpose, something that I can train for. So that's the ultimate goal.
A lot of people say that you can't do it while you're farming, or you can't do it because you're this short or whatever, and this and that. The other guy's more talented. But now I'm kind of to the point where I just don't give a shit anymore. I think that I can train harder than anybody. I think I'm more willing to push through when I'm tired or when I'm doubtful or not motivated. I have a higher psychological tolerance to discomfort than anybody else in the field.
If people do break in the goal of trying to make the CrossFit Games or even be the fittest on earth, I think what sets me apart is just I'm not going to stop until I reach that goal. Once you have the mentality of, wanting to win, I feel like you want that in everything. If I'm going to do something, I want to be the best.
All my weaknesses have improved a ton, and more people are starting to see it now too. It's just inevitable. I think I will win the 2025 CrossFit Games.